What is up, YouTube family? I am Mike. Welcome back. I apologize for how long it's been between videos, but I've been really busy, and this requires a lot of my own time and a lot of my own resources. I don't get paid for any of this, and I do this to try to bring you guys the relevant and important info when it comes to your wellness and weight loss and the keto lifestyle, the intermittent fasting lifestyle. I'm doing a little bit of a different video today. In particular, this video is kind of a rant, and the reason I feel it's important to put this perspective and this opinion out there is because I think it is a big problem in the fitness industry. And I was talking to one of my buddies who is a personal trainer, and he started telling me that he was gaining weight because of some personal issues and some depression and stuff that he's been dealing with. And while that is a valid excuse in a way, we started talking about the ketogenic diet and how certain things in your nutrition could actually help you manage your stress better, especially if you have a bunch of inflammation going on in your body. Your body's already not happy, so you're not going to deal with things as well. But he proceeded to tell me that, oh, well, these fad diets aren't going to help anyone. This is an issue to me. Out of all the anecdotal evidence that there is out there, and I'm speaking strictly anecdotal right now, how can anyone say that keto is a fad diet? It's really disturbing because I've seen the results myself. I mean, I'm living the results. I'm down 60 pounds. I have zero arthritis when my knee used to be on fire daily. My buddy, who was on the verge of getting kicked out of the Air Force, he's dropped 40 pounds. And his blood pressure's returned to normal. His mother, who has been on type 2 diabetes meds for 20 years, has gotten off of her meds, and her blood glucose has returned to normal because she changed it over to the ketogenic diet. Now, that's strictly anecdotal. Now, to still claim that it's a fad diet with the science that's been coming out, and I know people want to say, oh yeah, well, the science has been out on calorie restriction for a long time. Any good researcher will tell you that the calorie restriction science merely proves proof of concept, which means that strictly reducing calories isn't the answer, but the concept of calorie restriction does work in the way of longevity. So basically, they don't know how reducing your calories results in a longer lifespan and a more healthy lifestyle, but they know that it does. And I think when you look at all the research together, it kind of starts to look like starchy carbs and refined sugars are definitely the culprit. Because whether you're reducing calories through caloric restriction and trying to eat chicken and rice or chicken and broccoli every day, or if you're trying to eat keto, which is bacon and healthy vegetables, cruciferous vegetables such as cabbage, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, then you're taking the starchy carbs out of the equation and the refined sugar. So that's what that sounds like to me. But I think the huge issue is people in the fitness industry staying closed-minded. They were taught something however many years ago they got their certification, and that's what they've been going on ever since. And if that were the answer, believe me, we wouldn't be facing a 70% obesity and overweight epidemic in this country. Now, they also say about 40% of the U.S. is diabetic, and that most of those diabetics aren't even aware that they have it because they haven't been diagnosed. If the science of 20 years ago was the science that we needed, we wouldn't be facing this. And people want to point the finger at the people every day and say, oh, well, it's your fault. You didn't stay away from the donuts. And while that may be true to an extent, what they aren't telling you is that that crap, that sugar, is addictive. And that is the reason that they put it in everything. I mean, tell me why there is high fructose corn syrup in your bun at McDonald's. You don't taste that high fructose corn syrup, but your brain sees it. That's for damn sure. So, I think we need to address this issue. I mean, it's a really big problem. When a personal trainer looks at his clients and tells them calorie is a calorie, and it doesn't matter what you eat as long as you're under your basal metabolic rate, there's a little bit of an issue. Because if that person, understanding what you just told them, goes out and for dinner gets a cheeseburger, fries, and a piece of cheesecake, and they include that in their 1,500 calories, and they don't lose the weight, I mean, is there not an issue there? And it's more than about the numbers. Your body isn't good at counting calories. What it is good at is partitioning the food and telling your body when to store energy. So if you understand the biomechanisms and the biochemistry behind it, it's very easy to see how and why you're taking on weight. Every time you eat fries, every time you eat a piece of bread, every time you pick up that soda, you are telling your body to store energy. And it's very simple. And that's why the ketogenic diet works. Because we're focusing on keeping that insulin baseline down. So I think it would really behoove any fitness professional out there to do your own research. Just go and look at the studies. And I know you're going to say, oh yeah, well I can look at this study that says that sugar isn't bad. Yeah, well, did you also look at the news articles that exposed that the sugar industry paid for that? I mean, you can only do so much without money. There's lots of good doctors that are trying to get this research out there, but when you have the fitness and the sugar industry pushing back and paying people to come out with these bogus articles, yeah, of course there's going to be confusion. Of course there's going to be conflict. But just look at the anecdotal and the scientific data. Every once in a while, we got to look at the results. I used to go to the gym and do tons and tons of cardio, and I never lost the weight. And I started restricting my calories, and that worked only for a few weeks. And then I had to keep lowering my calories. And then personal trainers want to say, oh yeah, well you gotta bulk and then you gotta cut. No. I've been on keto and intermittent fasting for 4 months, and I haven't had to bulk, and I still cut. And I've checked through skin fold calipers, and my lean mass has gone up while my fat mass has gone down. So, and maybe that isn't the same for everybody, but it sure as hell worked for me. So I really think that this is an issue we need to address. And if you're one of the people that has gone to a personal trainer and they've told you the old adage that a calorie is a calorie, all you have to do is look at biochemistry. Just look at the way that fructose is metabolized in your body, and then look at the way that fiber is metabolized in your body. You don't even absorb the fiber. The bacteria in your gut feeds off of the fiber. The bacteria in your gut also feeds off of sugar. So, if you're feeding bad bacteria in your gut with sugar and starchy carbs, you're going to have a lot of issues. And if you're feeding the good bacteria with the good veggies and meats and the good fiber, you're not going to have that many issues. There's tons of people out there that have fixed autoimmune disease, type 2 diabetes, obesity. Me, I cured my insulin resistance that I've had since I was 11 years old through my diet. I listened to everything that the personal trainers told me for years and years, and there's something to be said when the shit doesn't work. It just doesn't work. So, I guess that's my rant, but I do want to let you guys know that I'll be coming out with more videos soon. I'm working on some recipes for you guys to make keto a lot easier, and especially in the way of sweets that aren't actually that don't have any refined sugar or wheat. So I'm trying to do this in a way to make it sustainable for you guys, and I want to be open with you guys and everything. So I might put some of these videos out every once in a while, and I'm going to do some different styles of videos so you guys can tell me what you think and tell me what you'd like to see. But I appreciate you guys hanging in there with me, and I do apologize that it's taken so long. But make sure that you like and subscribe this video. Liking it helps it get out to everyone. And share it. I mean, if you have people that have gone through the same thing of doing all these diets and calorie restriction and cardio, and they haven't had results, show them this video. Let them know that they're not alone. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed it. It's time for me to go check on dinner, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks.